This is Jam Nation.
With Jonesy and Amanda.
Well, the weather was a bit nice on the weekend. On Saturday, we dodged some showers. I meet up with a friend and we go for a walk in the mornings. I take the dog and then we sit and have a cup of tea at a cafe outside, which is nice.
This sounds good.
And there was a table of women next to us and they had some dog treats with their dog and they offered a couple to Minnie, and which was very nice. They asked me first, which is always a nice thing.
Well, should you take dog treats from strangers?
Well, she'll take food from anyone.
Yeah.
Most dogs will.
What if it's laced with something?
Well, that's why that's why it's nice to have them say, do you mind if I give your dog some? And you look at them, think you look like a nice person. You've got dogs with you, of course.
Mind if I slip your dog a roofie?
Well, I did say, look, I won't give her too much because she's put on a little bit of condition. And I said, but she's coming into to haircut season. Mm-hmm. So when we trim her right down, because I always say it's her fur that makes her look big. It's like the inside of a sausage roll once she has a haircut. And then sometimes she gets a haircut and we go, well, no, that doesn't work
Remember
so well.
that woman, she came up to you and she said, your dog's fat. And you said, no, it's just really hairy. And then she smooshed all the fur
and
down.
she said, no, look at this. And this stranger's patting down my dog to show me that she was overweight.
You can't do that.
Can't do that.
But we have a situation at the moment because my potential son-in-law, who is great, and he's got a little dog, Lila, but the dog has put on a bit of condition. And I pointed out and they say, oh, don't say that. And I said, well, the dog has put on a bit of condition.
Well, Minnie had to go on a big diet because she was getting sore little wrists and things like that. And it's a big deal for them to carry more weight. Well, for all of us, carry more weight than we should. It puts pressure on your joints and things.
Imagine if someone came and smooshed your fur down.
Well, this is what we were talking about. As I said, once the dog gets a haircut, she'll look so much smaller. I said, that's why I have short hair. I said as a joke. Mm-hmm. And one of the women said that she'd seen her mother recently who'd said, when you pull your hair back like that, it makes your face look fat. And then we're all laughing at that's such a thing a mother would say.
Yeah.
And one of the other women said that she had travelled from Singapore to LA to see her mother. And her mother kept going on about how amazing her brother was for travelling to visit her, and he lived 40 minutes away. And then the other one said, what about my mother? She said to me, what about my mother? She said to me recently, considering you hardly eat anything, you're still big. And then we all were laughing at the terrible things our mothers say to us. And someone said at the end, has anyone got the number of a good therapist?
I love
it just seems to be the nature of mothers. And it makes you look at what you say to your own children. And are we saying things that will stab them in the heart without realising it? I don't know.
Yeah.
But mothers do this, don't
we
they?
We had a situation, how Fizzle cat passed away in front of us last weekend.
Yeah.
We're sitting there all gathered, quite upset because there's Fizzle, the cat, dead. And Romany's upset and Helen's, and she said, that was my cat. And Helen says, well, yeah, but then you abandoned her.
Now's not the time.
I said, you're a bit soon.
Now's not the time.
Because he's allergic to cats. But, that's what Helen meant. But then you abandoned her.
Well, that's not how you say it.
Good on you, Mum.
Millie, our executive producer, was saying that her sister's having a baby. And her mother said to Millie, oh, she looks incredible. She hasn't put on any weight. Millie, when you get pregnant, though, actually, what were the words, Millie?
Oh, this...
Yes, you will. On the other hand, Millie, when you get pregnant, you will be ginormous. That was the word, ginormous.
You must do it to your boys.
Look,
because you're a mother.
I try not to, but who knows? Though I would be aware if I said to them, you look ginormous.
Yeah, you can't say anything like that.
No.
My own mother wrote the book on this. I could go down a wormhole.
But we all could. But why don't we all join in? Because this is what mothers do. Jenna, our social media guru, has just said that years ago, many, many years ago when she was at school, her mother said, you're on the computer so long, you'll get a fat bottom.
Right.
So now Jenna says she has spinal issues because even today she will sit on one cheek, then squinch over to the other side because it's still in her head that her mother said she had a fat bottom.
Did your late mum, Jennifer, ever say anything to you?
Oh, a million times. Oh, I saw you on television. You looked a bit broad across the beam was one thing.
She said that.
And then I burst into tears. She said, I can't say anything to please you. My very first story, I was a segment producer on the midday show. And there was a man who was blind and he had travelled the world, an extraordinary thing. So we took him up in a helicopter to see what sensations he had and what he was feeling. And all my mother said, I was in the story as well, when they shot me, I was in the front of the helicopter. And Mum said, gee, your hair was short. She probably said other things too, but that's what I remember.
I can't say anything to please you.
Oh, things your mother said. What have you got for us?